Alright, how's it going, guys? Review on the 30-inch Turfmaster. I'm going to give you the best review after using this machine approximately 2 months now. And, you know, I love it and I hate it at the same time. This is that newer model, the 22200. And it's got the commercial FJ180V Kawasaki engine. You got your 1 gallon of gas. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the breakdown of why I like the mower. And then I'll go ahead and tell you the things I dislike about the mower. Well, the first thing I like about the mower is, of course, it is 30 inches. And compared to your standard 21-inch mower, you're going to win every time with this thing. Guaranteed. I mean, 1 pass on the boulevards versus 2 passes. Even with your 22-inch mowers, you still got to run 2 passes. And, you know, this... I just like the 30-inch cut. I mean, the raising of the deck with just, you know, 1 lever on each wheel definitely makes it easier, while instead of, you know, changing each individual wheel. But, you know, I definitely like the you know, I'm all right. Big fan of the personal pace where you push down, but this one is just a single lever. You know, personal pace, I find it a little troublesome to keep the mower running straight. But, you know, as opposed to just 1 handle and not the personal pace. And but there is more dislikes, I guess, than the pros of this mower. I definitely dislike that it is so heavy, because once you get throughout the day and you've cut 12 or 13 yards, and then you got to pull this heavy ass thing off the trailer, it's something you don't want to do. I mean, you know, being you know, 180, almost 200 pounds, trying to pull this off the trailer and use it and maneuver it after 12 or 13 yards, it's definitely a pain. So another thing I dislike is this particular motor right here, the Kawasaki commercial FJ180V. That engine is not powerful enough for this particular mower. The horsepower on that is only 4.5 horsepower, and you think, you know, you'd imagine that it'd say it on the top like most other mowers, especially the CC, or the displacement of the engine. The displacement is only 179 cc, and almost 7.5, technically 7.3 foot-pounds of torque. So to me, that is not enough power for this engine, or for this mower rather. And that's one thing I really dislike about it, because with this being a 30-inch deck and it having that small engine on it, it does not perform well in tall grass. So, you know, when I purchased this mower, the dealer said, you know, use it for, you know, highly maintenance lawns. And, you know, I do just that. Wherever I can't fit the bigger mowers, I'm going to pull this 30-inch off. But most of those highly fertilized lawns I have, you know, they cut every 2 weeks. You know, people are on a budget, I understand that. And, you know, you're only supposed to cut off a third of each of the grass every time you come out and cut. And sometimes the grass is tall, you cut it to 3 inches, and it'll bog this thing down. I mean, so much grass gets stuck under the engine, or under the deck, excuse me. So much grass gets stuck under the deck that it just bogs it down, and then you have to tilt it up and, you know, let the grass spill out. But, I mean, I don't really want to discharge on this mower, so I discharge. I mean, I have the discharger, but I have this mower to mulch. you know, those high fertilized lawns, so they do continue to keep that dense fertilization into the grass. So, but you know, I'm pleased with the mower as far as how fast it cuts. I just got done cutting my lawn, and that's 12,000 square feet. And around here, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you always have to set minimums, whether it's your $30 mark, $35, $40 mark, and you know, I have a $35 minimum, and you know, that equates to drive time and all that other stuff. But you know, if I were to cut my lawn, it would be a minimum of $35. I mean, I could squeeze out $40 for the size of lawn I have in the area I live in, and I just cut it and I time myself 30 minutes. So I mean, you do the math. You say your minimum charge is $35, and you cut in 30 minutes. You just made $70 an hour with this mower right here, as opposed to a 21 inch. You'll probably take, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. So keep that in mind. It definitely will get you your hourly rate. And even if your minimum charge is $30 in your area, I mean, you can't get the $35 or the $40 or even sometimes the $50 minimum charges that I see people having. You know, that's still $60 an hour. And you know, the numbers to run a successful business, you want to keep your numbers, you know, 40 plus, you know, just depending on what type of finances you have or anything like that. But anything below 40, I found it that, you know, you're not really going to have that successful of a business if you're not cutting, you know, at least $40 a man hour. So, but here's the overlook of this mower. I mean, if I were to purchase this mower again, I definitely would, because it'll outbeat a 21 inch or a 22 inch mower any day. But what I would probably do, I'd have one Turfmaster and one Turfmaster. And the Turfmaster simply for the fact that it is lighter, and that would be my go-to machine to throw around. And if I have a lot of push mowing lawns for the day, this is probably the one I'll go to. But if I have crappy yards where they're non-fertilized or anything, I'd probably go for the Turfmaster. But this one right here, I definitely like it. And you know, I see a lot of comments saying that it can't go up hills and you have to force it up hills. Well, you know, like I said, I've had no problems going up hills with this mower. And like I said in previous videos, I did own a Honda. I own Toro, all Toro now, and this thing is the same. I mean, there's no different. It'll zoom right up hills. It'll pull me. I mean, I asked the dealer before I purchased it. You know, I heard a lot of bad comments as far as going up hills and stuff, and his response to that was, you know, would you put a zero turn on it? What hills would you not put a zero turn on? That's probably the hills you're not going to put this mower on. I mean, that was his response, and it made perfect sense. I mean, there's mowers you will put on hills, and there's mowers, you know, you're going to look at it and probably say, I pass, you know, unless you want to get your regular 21 or 22 inch push mower. But as far as going up hills, I mean, you're not going up a mountain when you're cutting grass. Maybe some of you guys are, but those are not the lawns I'm going to pick up. Definitely not, because as far as labor to make it worth my while, it's going to be, you know, charged higher than, you know, if I had the same size lot next door and it was flat. I mean, so I try to stay away from those lots. But if it's a hill, if it's an incline, this machine is going to tear right through it, just like a Honda. I mean, there's no comparison to, you know, the 30 inch and the 21 inch, in my opinion. But you know, people were saying they have a lot of problems with the transmissions. I've ran this mower quite some time, and no problems with the transmission yet. The dealer, I spoke with one of the dealer mechanics at one of the dealers, not the one I purchased this from, but I asked him about the transmissions in this, and he said it does have a little bit heavier duty transmission. A lot of A lot of folks say that it has the same transmission as the Turfmaster, but the mechanic himself told me that it has a little bit heavier duty mechanic, or little heavier duty transmission in there. So I definitely took that into consideration. This, like, again, this is after I purchased it, so I've ran it 2 months straight now, and it probably has 10 to 12 hours on it, maybe. I mean, I don't have an hour meter on it or anything, but this little switch right here, I definitely like this little thing. I mean, it would be nice if it was the electric start, because like I said, throughout the day, I hate pulling the pull starts. I had those on the Skag, and, you know, that wasn't cutting it. I mean, when you're that far into the day and it's 100 degrees outside beaming on you, that's something I don't want to do, fiddle with a hard recoil start. So, I mean, this one is not that hard to pull. I mean, it doesn't take much effort at all. But, you know, like I said, I like it. But the engine definitely needs to be bigger, because 4.5 horsepower with the 179cc, you can get a lot of 22-inch push mowers that have a bigger engine than this commercial grade engine right here. I mean, yeah, it's commercial grade. It's got your big air filter right here. You got your actual oil filter there, and so, I mean, most push mowers do not have a big oil filter like that. That's what makes this unique. But like I said, it does bog down if you're cutting thick fertilized grass, even if it's on a high setting, because it won't discharge the grass on the side fast enough, faster than it's sucking it in, I guess you could say. But like I said, this is my opinion. I feel like it was a great investment, because if it does happen to rain and I can't put the zero turn on the turf, I will definitely run this 30-inch, and it'll make me just as much money as the zero turn will. I mean, you're not going to see me cut an acre with it, but I will definitely put these on, you know, the quarter acres or the cookie cutters or anything like that. But this machine is a great investment, in my opinion. But in the near future here, I'm definitely going to purchase a Turfmaster, and like I said, the Turfmaster will be for those crappier non-fertilized lawns that I have to push mow sometimes, because I want to eventually do away with the 22-inch mower because of time reasons, definitely. I mean, you're in this business to make money. I mean, like I said, every inch counts, whether it's a 22, a 30-inch. You know, I see some gentlemen running 32s, you know. I had a 36 to start out with, not the best mower to start out with, in my opinion, because out of nowhere I just started getting acre, half-acre lots, they were calling me, and you're not going to make your hourly quota running 36 on an acre lot, just for the simple fact that you can't charge, you know, $100 in my area for a half acre, you know, because it's going to take, you know, 2 hours with the 36-inch mower, you know, weed eating, edging, and blowing and all that. But I will definitely get another 36, because I'm not the type of person that really likes to push mow. I mean, if I have to, I will, and that's what these 30-inch Toros will be for. I'm definitely going to have the Turfmaster, like I said, and I do plan on getting me a Turfmaster. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions about the machine, the mower itself, I will give you honest opinions. I answer every question, because that's one thing that is a pet peeve of mine, is when I ask somebody a question and I open my Google Plus or I go back to the comment and, you know, it's not answered. And if you guys do have any questions, I tell it 100%. If I think the mower sucks, I will tell you this mower sucks. And you know, these are brand new blades on there. I mean, the blades really didn't last that long the first time around, even though I was cutting high fertilized lawns. For some odd reason, there was dings and stuff in there, and I don't cut. It looks like I ran through it with the pine cones, but I don't cut I don't use this mower on crappy lawns, so that's when I'll pull the 22-inch mower out. But I just found it easier to just buy a new set of blades because they were all dinged up for some odd reason. But yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions on the mower, the engine itself, it's always a one-time first start. And if you have any doubts, I would definitely pick up the Turfmaster, because again, it is just the time is definitely the best. There comes the John Deere guy, my next door neighbor. Gets that guy cut his lawn. That guy always comes onto my side and scalps. But aside from that, yes, this mower right here, Turfmaster. If you have second guesses, you know, definitely get a Turfmaster. But I highly recommend, if you're cutting nice fertilized lawns, to get this Turfmaster. And you know, like I said in a previous video, I do have the striping kit, so if you guys are out there cutting fescue or anything like that, definitely get that striping kit. And all it is one pass. You don't need to do that double pass to make it look like a 40-inch swipe, because the 30-inch swipe, I've watched plenty of reviews on that by actual, you know, Toro videos and stuff, where they just went one pass and it looked really good. Because this mower is a full 30-inch cut, because what happens is when you make one pass and then you come back, basically the wheels are on top, if not right next to the previous set of wheel marks, I guess you could say. So it gives you that full 30-inch cut as opposed to a 21-inch where you have to overlap it more, and it feels like you're using less of the deck. That's also another reason I like this, is because I feel like I'm getting the full 30 inches. Maybe I'm getting 28 or 29 inches, but with the 21-inch mower, I feel like I'm definitely using less of the deck, maybe 19 inches or 17, 18 inches at that, to be honest with you. But like I said, if you guys have any questions for me, definitely let me know, and I will get those answered for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.